could see.
I watch. Sometimes I am Argus seeing all before me, as shirts are lifted and towels unrolled, tall tanned bodies revealed and sprawled across the sand. I sit and I wait with patience, but for what I am not sure. My hands tucked tightly beneath my jumper, orange and red, painting my comfort in warmth, watching winds brush the waves high up into white peaks until they are gently calmed again, brushed flat, as birds dispute for their meal, running across the flatness, stippling the sand. The ebb and flow of the ocean percolates through my thoughts. I am dense contemplation, immersed in its constant pulsating rhythm as slithers of seaweed tangle and twist about the shore. Water licks its lips in the glare of the sun. Thoughts entangle, intertwine, pulled and wrenched from within like a receding wave, echoing, rolling like a distant thunder. For a moment, time is still. I remember there was a time when I didn't bother questioning. There were days when, like a bright-coloured kite, pink cheeks from sun and yellow bleached hair, I danced on the sharpness of the heated sand, unaware of rashes, chafing, insistent itching, sand grains embedded in awkward corners. I skipped along the shore, a female gremlin arched in uncaring energy, giggling with antic joy, eyes wide agape as I flashed into a desert of water, until my stinging, watery pupils sapped out salt red and scratchy. I knew the taste, the distinctive harsh flavour of sunscreened skin, acrid, smooth across cool, clammy thighs and shivering shoulders. I ran and splashed and dived and held my breath full of air and aching, throbbing eardrums until the water crept in through salt-encrusted nostrils. I rose with a muffled splatter and staggered and snatched my wobbly limbs, thrashing, sucking in with a gasp. I now know the smell of salt and sweat and solitude, of things I do not yet entirely understand. I know of injustice, racism and hatred. I know of love and libel and lies, layers of painted illusion like the moon's steely patinas coated with experience. We fold up our lives and head en masse to the edge of our continent, the margin of our existence, bleeding out towels down onto the beach, infecting it with garnishes of our luxuriant life played out before us, like a ribbon wrapped in a mirror, reflecting all our yesterdays. Contradictions, questions, shall they accumulate? Will they rise up like some prickling of my conscience to arrest, obstruct, and irritate? My canvas lies on the sand, neglected and alone. This bare surface of whiteness is what Sylvia remembered. A few smatterings of grey and green washes await inspiration, await renewal from an incoming tide. Underneath the storm clouds and watercoloured sky, I am vague and hollow inside. I am what I am, and everything that I am has been painted, cross-hatched, dabbled, spattered onto a canvas of tainted identity. I am infected. Here I am, and I know and I understand I am a social construct of civilized society. All my beliefs and perceptions, all my words and thoughts, a combustion of social conventions. I know that there is something that I share with the great poets, with Plath and Coleridge and Eliot, the intensifying insides that make us almost compulsively restless, the longing for some profound, immeasurable happiness, satisfaction that is both vast and shallow. I want to know, what's under the painted ocean? What is true? Truth by its very nature is narrow, an ideological straitjacket, layer upon layer, lie upon lie, accumulating every day like dust particles on an old windowsill. Which mask shall we wear today? Which lies will cloak us, can we say? Theories of truth, deflationary, inflationary, redundancy, Christianity, insanity, pragmatist. Empiricist. How can I paint this? My brush is on today's newspaper, encrusted. Green oils smeared across the front page. This news I use for scrap. Beware, beware, a decade of deception? A lifetime, perhaps. Inside me I recoil. Who knows what to believe in? Politics deprived of reason, deprived like a cold turnip winter. This empty poser, free to fashion his lies to whatever he likes. Politicians, do they know there's substitute for reality or factuality? Is false catered for in a tissue of innate respectability? New tax rates give the rich a reprieve and the poor are left to sweep up the scraps. Sound fair? But you can do it. You can be one of the fortunate. All you have to do is believe. The elected monarchy, oligarchy, drifting from one possibility to the next in sterile happiness, unable to hold on to any one of their fabrications. I will have to get back to you on that. Stubborn, resilient, stability, they say. Sitting on the sand, my thoughts turn back to the printed page. Detention centre. Promises of toys and trees, fun and freedom, to play and learn and love, land of hope and glory. We still call Australia home, but who are we and who do we include from within the brotherhood of the wire? To each a sunburnt country, to each a land of opportunity. Who do we include? Who do we send away? The lucky country, the compassionate country. What will our leaders do? Wedged in their chairs, copious in their comfort, will something ever be done? Or will this page become a newspaper midden, torn and discarded, print fading with age, as each day we become more and more desensitized to what we call the news? Without a face we don't care, without a picture we don't see. Oh yes, this soul hath been alone on a wide, wide sea. And now we watch and wait, a people with dreams still in reach but lost in hate. Our leaders are laughable in their extremity, lackeys to an impotency, claiming a democracy, fear-ridden in fantasy, to justify what? The removal of the very underpinning of what they claim to be. Deception spreads like a painted ship upon a painted ocean. Doublespeak, twisting of tongue, smuggling alien ideas into comfortable minds. Manipulation of social fears, fear of refugees, fear of unions, fear of terror, fear of trivialities, fear of fear itself. Little men with jaded views. How can I gain inspiration in a world so fictitious? As twisted light fades over the frigid waters, I attempt to throw away the heavy, needless things carried in my mind, the layers that have accumulated. Breathing is loud, rasping, slow but deliberate. My hand grips the brush. Inside, I am screaming against the silence. Swollen in the madness, smearing colours with trembling fingers, forcing it into some fractured shape to cover the bareness. But the paint, too thin yet to build the perfect picture. In an almost unvoiced percolate, I am painted with merging colours of awareness. I am unleashed. Oceanic fusion. I am reminded that life has both opulence and inevitable asperity, distant memories that will always be bound up in the outer rind. I am comforted. If I could be a mirror or a lake, silver and exact, I would see that I am the voyager, twisting and turning, flung full of aching desire, forever searching. In me, I would not drown a young girl. In me, reflected with an ember of hope, I would see, with painful clarity, beneath the ocean of our dreams lies an obscured reality, the oddly beautiful, potential for a new beginning.